Mohammed Shahriar bhai, can you please help this Saiful Morshad? So you can just send him maybe some technical problem. Okay, thank you. So we're just waiting couple of minutes, maybe seven, five, joining other. Can you help us everyone see our website on the screen?
Yeah, we can see the website.
Yeah, I found the link to Mr. Morshad. He should be joining in a moment. Yes, he's in.
MD Saiful Morshad, you okay? Connected now?
जी जी यस भाई ओके
Welcome, CyberB monthly webinar, cybersecurity webinar. We just this after 1 years, maybe last 2024, we started this the CyberB cybersecurity MSSP journey. Basically, we are not a school, we are not a coaching center, we are not a teaching, but we are trying to awareness in our community and basically USA and Canada. And now, and from 2024 to now 2025, before that time, we are only one person, 2024. Alhamdulillah, we are now in more than 20%, maybe 23 or 24% now in this our world. And basically, we are trying to understanding and learning together what is the cybersecurity field, and because in couple of maybe next 20 and 30 years, cybersecurity will be booming in our whole system and whole network. And so we are just starting this our webinar today. And before everyone is okay. So sound and clear, everything is
Yeah, we can hear.
Yeah, we can hear clearly.
and we are first starting just a self introduction. I think start we have four speaker, so without a speaker no need introduction then. Just start this introduction to Asim Alim, and then start next to next. Okay, Asim Alim, please introduce yourself. Just your location and role status and background, goal of interest. Very small. Asim Alim. Asim Alim, you hear me?
I think he's in mute.
Asim Alim, you mute. Okay, and then Anuj Giri.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Just name, location, current status, background, and goal or interest. Very small. Yeah, Asim Alim. Now you can try. Asim, you can try talking. We
We can try with the next one.
Yeah.
okay. So Asim is now open his microphone, but we can't hear anything. Anuj, can you?
Hi, good evening.
Okay.
Yeah, it's me, Anuj. I live in Canada. So I completed my bachelor's degree from Nepal in information technology. So I have around 2 to 3 years working as a IT support, IT help desk analyst back home. So currently I'm still looking for job in the IT sector in Canada, but it's very hard to find job here in IT sector. So maybe in future, I think in cybersecurity, I will get job. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all.
Thank you. Thank you. Anuj. And then Anwar Hussain.
Hi, my name is Anwar Hussein. I'm from Queens, New York. I have a bachelor degree in criminal justice. Currently, I'm looking for a job, so I just want to, I heard about the cybersecurity. I want to, uh, I'm trying to get a job in cybersecurity. That's all.
Okay. And then Bishajit Roy.
Hey, good evening, everyone. So my name is Bishwajit Roy. I'm a former software developer. So I worked in a government project for about three to 3.5 years, and currently I'm not, working. I'm fully focused on developing my skills in cybersecurity field, as I have, a little bit of previous experience in IT related things. So that's my goal to, become a cybersecurity engineer.
Your location.
So my current location is in Queens.
Okay. So next, Muhammad Hussain.
Assalamu alaikum. My name's Mohammed. Everybody calls me Mo, so you can call me Mo if you want to. Uh, I'm from Tennessee, USA. Right now, I am working as an HR specialist, um, and then I'm working on my MBA, trying to further my education. And the main purpose of this, trying to learn about cybersecurity, maybe make a career out of it in the future, possible. But I do not have any IT background or anything. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Muhammad M. Sorry, there have no full name, so his name is Muhammad M. Can you unmute your microphone? And Manwara.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. This is Manwara. I am in Maryland. I am working currently, but I am trying to switch my like I'm trying to shift to something else, and this field interested me. So I started taking some classes, and I'm here taking Cyber B. I'm in second batch. So inshallah, hopefully after I get to the end of it, hopefully I'll be able to maybe try to work it somewhere, inshallah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Rahan Usman.
Hello?
Yes, we hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. My name is Rayan. I am from Connecticut and I am a high school senior. And so far, I'm a high school student and I'm here just because I want to learn more about cybersecurity, especially since that's what I'm planning on pursuing in the future.
Thank you. Sarah Baroi.
I think she gave a message in the chat, and she is working.
Okay.
Maybe she can hear. Yeah,
Okay.
but maybe she
Syed.
cannot talk.
Yeah. Syed R. Sorry, you have no full name.
Good evening. R means Raman. I'm Atlanta based, currently working as a software release engineer with more than 10 years experience in software automation and testing. And for my skill, JavaScript frontend UI testing and domain knowledge is mostly in financial services. Currently, my interest is to know more about cybersecurity. I keep learning new things. Cybersecurity is really promising, so just want to explore. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Saiful.
Islam. I am from Buffalo, New York. Currently, I am working in a company. I'm in customer service, sales and customer service position. But I am very much interested to switch my career in cybersecurity field. And currently, I am taking a training from CyberB, and I'm very much excited to learn more and more things from this organization. And I hope I could get good result within short time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So this is me. I just introduced myself. My name is Muhammad Harun Al Rashid, and my other speaker, three speaker, they introduce when they start their part. They introduce themselves. And I'm the 20 plus years experience in IT, telecommunication, and security industry. And I'm a cybersecurity bootcamp graduation from Columbia University. And I'm working now in Vital Systems Inc., CyberB, and Pakepsi Medical Group is part-time. So this is my LinkedIn. Basically, I started this work in 2000. 2002, I started this work as a system engineer, broadband telecom service, and then I work in Linux system administrator and consultant, and then I work in system engineer is phone company US based. This is the Bay Phones Limited, and then I work in process communication. This is the operation technician, as this is the ISP. And then I work in Ranks Telecom Limited. This is the phone company telecommunication senior system engineer. Then I'm consultant in Bangladesh Telecommunication Regulatory Commission BTRC. And then I'm working Imam Network Limited. This is the chief operating officer and consultant also until 2018. And this is the one largest VoIP industry in Bangladesh and interconnectivity exchange in Bangladesh. And then I'm the cybersecurity specialist, Pakipsi Medical Group consultant, their work. And recently, we are starting the CyberB and the CEO of CyberB. This is my experience in 20 years experience. And my education, I'm Bachelor Computer and Communication Engineering in Islamic University, Chittagong, 2004. And then I have a different degree in China and Singapore, specialist in telecommunication, and then a specialist in degree in Columbia University, so cybersecurity. And I have hands-on experience in cybersecurity more than 20 years. This is the whole work. That time, whole work is not called a cybersecurity. It was the security system, network security system. But now it changed. This is the cybersecurity. And we basically we introduced our own system. We make one company. This is the name is CyberB. So CyberB is a MSSP. They basically they are trying to service MSSP service to other company as our main goal is healthcare and hospital. So basically we need for engineer who consultant and direct connect with this healthcare or medical system. So for the reason we are trying to make a big team, big group, and for cybersecurity team. And then in 2024, last November and December, we first start this one cybersecurity boot camp, and now we also starting running this third boot camp. First boot camp we finished. This is the completed November, just October finish in November, and second and third boot camp is running. And basically, we build up an engineer and work our own company. This is the CyberB. But unfortunately, our first batch student, very good student, he also introduced with you today. And we are basically not a student. We are everyone trying to just learning. So this is everyone a student, also me. And he is Saiful Moshed, and he also joined as a application security engineer. Is one company is our goal, our success in our first batch. One success is they joining this company, one very reputed company. And then basically we make a team work our company, not we send other company. So if you will be good, and then you will be easily trying to other company work, then no problem. And basically, this is our boot camp. Boot camp is totally different. Is a scenario. We make a whole hands-on activity. Suppose everyone have in this situation now, everyone have lots of certificate, security plus and CISA, CISSP, CEH, all cyber security certificate, but they have no hands-on activity, hands-on learning. So our goal, we whole bootcamp, we planning the hands-on learning. And then why? Because now this is the rising cyber threat. Huge cyber threat is now rising for the reason depends on IT system has grown immensely in the recent year. So this is the number one reason. And then there are more user online. More user online means more potential target and more devices online. And then attacker number three, this is the reason attacker are getting increasingly sophisticated and aggressively their behavior and launching attack with greater odyssey with AI. They introducing the AI and they introduced 2027 and 28. They introduced the quantum computer. And for the reason after 28 and 29, whole America, North America, we need at least 4 to 5 million cybersecurity engineer, expert engineer. But now there's the lots of problem. They have no engineer in this market. So everybody have lots of certificate, but they don't know what is the cybersecurity. They don't know how to mitigate, how to solution this issue. So, and then another reason is significant investment. Bad actors, suppose is Russia, North Korea, and Iran, China. They basically Russia and North Korea. They have one university, cyber crime university. They have hacking university. So they are trying to hack in North America all system. So this is the very significant issue. And then 70% of cybersecurity professionals say that their organization has been impacted by the ongoing global cybersecurity skill shortage. They have no skilled cybersecurity engineer, only theoretical. They have lots of certificate, but our plan, we are trying to basically hands-on cybersecurity activity, everything. And cybersecurity, what is the cybersecurity? So we just define cybersecurity is basically common association attack and complicated code. Everybody thinking cybersecurity means hacker. They are the one cap, black cap, and they every this one room and it's a black room. They working. Everybody thinking this is the cybersecurity. No, cybersecurity is not really about complicated code and evil hacker. So as it's so often portrayed, and then cybersecurity, as we also understand in this course, and this our planning, this next scenario, assessing threat and mitigation risks. We just as a like castle, big castle one, we thinking castle outside castle have some guard, and this is the our behavior. We are the guard. We are just thinking castle, any potential attack will be coming, we just protect. So this is the cybersecurity engineer, cybersecurity field work. We are not a hacker. We are not trying to hack other machine. We are not trying to black hat hacker. We are just cybersecurity mitigator. So, and then for the reason we basically need whole scenario, we need lots of cybersecurity engineer, and then step by step we build up a engineer in our total team, inshallah. So next, why we build up a team. So next, Shadia Sowan bhai, and they introduce, please come Shadia Sowan bhai, you discuss your details.
Thank you. Let me share my screen first. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. At first, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Harun, for giving me this flow, and it is a opportunity for me to be one of the speaker. And regarding the topic is why cybersecurity is a top career in US. So these are the we are the 4 speakers. So already Mr. Harun has said something, and rest 2 will be coming one and after. So as I said, myself, Major Rita Shariar Sopan. I'm a proud veteran from Bangladesh Army. I served as instructor in Bangladesh Military Academy. And then for last few years of my military career, I was working as security analyst in Counterintelligence Bureau in Armed Forces Division. So working there gave me the opportunity to think about my second career, which is this cybersecurity domain. So after coming here, I did my master's in cybersecurity from Kennesaw State University and secured my job in Delta Airlines as a vulnerability management and data loss prevention. So I was concentrated to only vulnerability management and data protection, but I wanted to explore more in the cyber domain because it is a vast. So CyberB has given me the platform to know more about this and get the hands-on training. I am a certified system information auditor, CISA. I also did a certification on ethical hacking and also CCNA in routing and switching from Cisco. So that is all about me. So getting into the topic, before diving into the main topic, let me share one story. I just got it from, just Googled it, and one of the healthcare industry worker, Jessica Weisenhunt. So she was at first a pharmacy technician, and then worked as DME coordinator, and tried it. She saw that digital healthcare, cybersecurity, and wanted to turn her career and shifted by first doing the bachelor's in science in cybersecurity, and then earned a Security Plus certification. And now she is working protecting the health system. And lastly, she quoted, going after a cybersecurity degree was to secure my future and be progressive with the technology. So reason behind is that there are many person wanted to career shift or beginning the career in cyber domain. So that's why I thought that maybe sharing this story will be good. So related to the main topic, my deliberation will be unfolded on the points highlighted on the screen. At first, I will be telling something about the overview, the benefits, the outlook, and say something about getting started in cybersecurity. The first about the career cybersecurity career overview. I'll be discussing about 2 things, like why cybersecurity matters and the exclusive job demand. And I took some data from US Bureau of Labor Statistics, Robert Half, Forbes. So at first about the cybersecurity matters. Why it is matters? Because it is no longer optional. It is a necessity because cybercrime is projected to reach 10.5 trillion by this end of 2050, and making a cybersecurity a global priority. Our growing reliance on cloud, Internet of Things, and digital systems expands the attack surface. The cybersecurity professional play a strategic role in protecting data, shaping policy, and managing risk. The field is mission critical and offers a rewarding future-proof career in a tech-driven economy. You know, over 520,000 cybersecurity jobs are unfilled in North America and 3.5 million globally by this 2025 year. Roles like information security analyst are growing by 35% by 2030 and far pacing other fields. This is a clear signal that cybersecurity is not just a niche field anymore. It is a cornerstone of modern business and governance. Industries such as healthcare, finance, education, and government are urgently hiring. Cybersecurity offers strong job security, cross-industry relevance, and career mobility. For this entering to the workforce or even those considering a career change, this field offers a future-proof path with meaningful impact, what I said already. Now about the career benefits, I'll be touching upon related to two things. One is the highest salaries and zero unemployment and the diverse career paths. So I collected few data from World Economic Forum, EC Council, Coursera, and few of the universities. So touch upon related to high salaries and zero unemployment, the entry level roles starts at 70K to 105K, while the senior positions like CISO can exceed 250Ks. The field has near zero unemployment, with professionals often receiving multiple offers, additional perks to secure top talent. Cybersecurity provides financial stability, long-term career growth, and professional respect, which makes cybersecurity one of the most attractive career paths in USA today. To tell about the diverse career paths, this offers a wide array of career paths catering to both technical and non-technical professionals. Roles includes analysts, penetration testers, cloud engineers, incident responders, and also GRC, that is governance, risk, and compliance specialists. Each role requires specialized skills and contribute to organizational security. For example, penetration testers simulate the cyber attacks to identify the vulnerabilities, while the GRC specialists ensure the compliance with the regulatory frameworks. This field is inclusive, welcoming professionals from non-tech backgrounds by boot camps and the training, which we were already discussing about, and then offers continuous learning, specializations, and advancement opportunities. To talk something about the career outlook, I'll be touching upon about the cybersecurity future proof and why now is the time for this cybersecurity. So cybersecurity, I already said, it is a future-proof career evolving alongside technological advancements and societal changes. Technologies like artificial intelligence, cloud, then Internet of Things, IoTs, introduce new vulnerabilities, and the cybersecurity involves to meet them. Compliance like laws like HIPAA, we already know, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, PCI DSS, Payment Card Industry and Data Security Protocol, GDPR, then SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission mandates drives the demand of GRC experts. The cybersecurity professional now influence the business strategy, resilience, and innovations. The field ensures long-term relevance and adapts to emerging tech trends. And why now it is the time? So we say that cybersecurity has always been important, but today it is absolutely critical. Rising threats and economic uncertainty have made the cybersecurity a top business priority. Employers offer competitive pay, flexible work, and career development to attract talent. The goal is to retain skilled professionals who can help the safeguard their digital assets. High-profile breaches and infrastructure vulnerabilities highlight the urgency for skilled professionals, as cyber criminals are exploiting these vulnerabilities at an unprecedented scale. Now, is the ideal time to enter a high impact, high growth field with a purpose and stability. So lastly, getting started in cybersecurity. So how to get started? Starting a career in cybersecurity is more essential than ever. We can give thanks to the variety of educational pathways and training programs. Aspiring the professional can begin with the certifications like CompTIA, Security Plus, and then CISSP, Certified Information System Security Professional, CEH. Then the boot camps and online courses offer fast practical training, some in just 90 days. Networking and mentorship help open doors to opportunities and career guidance. I just wanted to highlight some common misconceptions about the cybersecurity, that whether we need a computer science degree. So many roles are accessible with certification and boot camps. So maybe a certificate science degree is not needed. Cybersecurity is only for tech experts. It is not true. Role exists in policy, compliance, and risk management. And it is not too late to start. The field welcomes career changes and diverse backgrounds. So to conclude, cybersecurity stands out as the most promising career paths in United States today. It offers high pay, job security, and meaningful work across industries. It is accessible to all backgrounds with fast entry options and strong growth potentials. The demand is growing. This is your chance to make a difference. It is encouraged to explore training, connect with experts, and take your first step today. So I took a few references to make this presentation about this topic. These are the references I took. So thank you for giving me the opportunity again. And now I request Mr. Saiful to take over for his portion. Thank you so much.
Sure. Assalamu alaikum. Can you guys hear me clear?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, let me start share my screen and then I'll start talking. Let's see. One second, guys. Is this everyone able to see my screen?
We can see
Right?
it.
Okay. Okay. So let me start. So this is MD Saiful Alam Morshid. I started my career initially with SGS Bangladesh Limited in 2011 as a tester, testing the qualities of the product. And then after 1 year, I moved actually in government organization, worked in Shahamanuth International Airport, Chittagong as a aviation officer until 2016. And then I came US end of the 2016 and started my career as a QA. So while I started QA, then like I always realized actually like which career path looks like, like more stable or more attractive or maybe not boring, So I did not that time actually think about like I'm going to move in cybersecurity, but I was feel actually I am enjoying, cybersecurity work. So in my current role, like before I moved in cybersecurity, I discussed with my leadership, hey, how we can actually change my career path, or like I shared my interest and what I thought and like what I feel actually I can provide more value. And I found actually cybersecurity looks like one of the field. This is like you can work and you can enjoy. It's kind of fun. So then I decided actually to change my career path, but it's not happened actually over the night. So I started. So initially I was struggling, like where I supposed to start and what I supposed to be learn. So I purchased a lot of course in Udemy, to get the idea actually about cybersecurity, threat, trends, and defense. Like, I mean, that's my actually topics today. But it was like overwhelming for me, like at the beginning. Then I actually involved with Cyber. Like one of my friend actually recommended, oh, you should go for boot camp to learn more in details and with hands-on, practice. And then I started actually class with Cyber. I think it's more than a year. And I learned actually a lot of things, and it is unbelievable. It's opened my eyes actually, and then I get actually a lot of like idea where I supposed to be start and what I supposed to be focus and how I can learn actually. And like the main things actually in Cyber here is provide, the practical, you can do like what is called practice yourself using real data in the sense, not like your work data. Like there's a lot of like test data you can found actually like that it happens in the real time, so you can actually practice and then get actually idea what's happening in the real world. So I recently started actually my career. I changed my career from QE to application security engineering. And my topics actually today, I'm going to discuss about cybersecurity landscape, trend, threats, and defense. So that's I'm going to start. So let's get started, guys. So here, in this session, actually, we are going to discuss what is the cybersecurity landscape, what are the core concept of this modern cybersecurity, and why it is matter for business, governments, and the individual, like what's the impact, risks, financial loss, or national security, or it can be personal safety related. We can discuss about the core concept of this cybersecurity, like threat actors, threat technique, like what kind of method they are using, how they actually attacking vulnerabilities, like weaknesses we'll discuss. We can discuss actually, we'll discuss security technology, like what kind of security technology play a role in order to in your defense, like what kind of tools and technology organization using to prevent or save their business, save their user, save their asset, and we can discuss also see like trend and change and cybersecurity rules and responsibility. So that's the plan. So let's move forward. So what is actually cybersecurity landscape? So as you guys see here, right, there's a description actually. I wrote like the cybersecurity landscape is described actually overall environment in online risks and protection. Overall environment in the sense like what you are using, what system you are using, what website or application you are using. This is nothing but like you can consider your environment, and that can actually expose security risks, and you should understand how you can protect. It is includes like different kind of like cyber threat weaknesses and how attacker actually try to exploit this weakness. And the tools and technology, tools and practice the organization are used to keep their data, as I said earlier, and system and the people safe. So cybersecurity landscape is like big picture, right? So in the big picture, like we'll be trying to understand here who is actually attacking, how they're attacking, like the weaknesses of this application or the system, and tools and technology strategy for defense against them, and trend and change. So let's see. So if we discuss like threat actor, like who is attacking and why they're attacking and how they're attacking, right? The actor actually, it can be like individual person or a group behind the cyber attack. They plan this, make a strategy. They're making a plan and strategy, gather information, find the weakness, and then start attacking. So like cybersecurity, like it's not like if attacker actually target any organization, it's not going to happen overnight. They can spend maybe $1 million to first gathering the information, identify the weaknesses, and then they will be exploited or like start actual attack. So they make actually like their strategy plan, how they are going to be attacked. So it can be like, you see, actually pointing out here like couple of common things like it can be cyber criminal group, like or they can organize their gang, and the main goal is like making money, right? Or interrupt their business. For example, like here, like go like ransomware. We'll actually discuss more about that ransomware in the next slide. Like stealing credit card information, stealing the data, and like stealing data in the sense like non-sensitive data, user non-sensitive data, and they can sell your data to the dark web in order to earning money, right? So one of the example for here I wrote actually ransomware, like it can for example, like if hospital actually have user sensitive data, and they can actually encrypt this data, for example, like patient health data or anything else, right? So they can actually encrypt this data, and if hospital need to retrieve this data, they need to pay ransomware, nothing but they need to pay the money in order to retrieve their data. So second thing, like it can be insider threat, like who are they? Like it can be employee, right? It can be like contractor, or it can be a what is called partners inside the organization. So this is actually another like big concern in like in IT organization. That's why there is a like, if you guys hear like what identity and access management, if what you are working on it in your work environment, you should have access only in your specific area. You should not be access actually in the other side. That's why strictly maintained. It's called like zero trust. Will be discussed more in next slide. So zero trust, nothing but there's no trust. Like everything should be validated, because like there could be insider threat, and they can actually, for example, if I take a simple example, let's say if I have like get a user sensitive information, might be I can actually apply a credit card for using other people information, sensitive information, right? So this is nothing but insider threat. So this is like it's happening in the real world, and that's why actually cybersecurity actually very what is called highly recommended. We need to actually consider like the access management, like it's called rule based access management, if you can hear in your work environment. There is a like who is actually actors, like it can be like automatic software, right? So a software program that can attack automatically, like no human needed, they just wrote actually code and that can be attacked, right? It can be scanned, like identify the vulnerability, break your password, and spread the malware. One of the example, like if I go to like common, like simple example, if we all are using actually antivirus, right? So we know actually virus. So in the virus, like it's nothing but there is no human, right? It's like it's a bad programming actually, and that can harm your system or steal your data, right? So this is nothing but actually something automatic bot or like automotive software uh, taking like your system control or stealing your data. Or hacktivist actually who is there, actually it can be like group of the
And on his farm is headed
people,
south.
and then
The Momo there,
you
Momo.
know so it can be like group of people, and goal like to send the message or expose or embrace the threats. So this is like nothing but actually high level who is actually like actors, like, or we can consider as a attacker in cyber world. So attack technique, like how they actually attacking, right? So they are using actually social engineering. You can see like application attack, ransomware or malware, identity based attacks, network attack. So social engineering, nothing but they like trick the people actually. Phishing email, like let's say you get actually email, hey, there is actually online big discount going on in the flight, let's say uh, Dhaka to New York, and you click this link actually in order to get the discount, 70% discount or 75% discount. So this kind of like common example actually we are seeing in our life in day to like in every day, like phishing attack. uh, BEC, like business email compromise. This is like another common thing. Maybe So I have like a real example in my life. So I think a couple of years back. So when I was actually um, admitted in university for my master's here, and I got an email from my university, and uh, and it looks like it's a valid email. And they said, hey, you are actually eligible for discount for your session fee. So I verified this email in the what is called Teams, and I see that, oh no, this is a real person, and this looks like someone actually from my university. But I did not. I get actually confused. One, she's actually asking like information in. I think it was Saturday or Sunday. So why she's working Saturday Sunday? So then I said, okay, I'll reply in your email. She said, oh, you can actually what is called text me, right? Then I realized actually later, oh, it looks like it's something actually, like hacker or something. And next day I figure it out. Once I discuss with my university, they said, oh, this email somehow actually going to hacked. And it's like it's not only one email, looks like multiple emails. So that's actually how attacker take the control and send the email from the, let's say, original source. And yeah, and you might actually get confused and share your data. So another one like application attack. So attacker actually find the weakness of this application. It can be like website or other apps, or it can be API, right? So how they actually identify the weakness of this application. So there's a lot of actually technique, right? So one is like common things like cross-site scripting, SQL injection, remote code execution. So what does it mean, cross-site scripting? Like attacker can write a script in the client side in order to retrieve the client data like cookies, cache. That's actually contains your sensitive information. SQL injection actually try to actually retrieve sensitive information from the database. If it is possible to your application actually expose SQL injection. So by doing this malicious injection, attacker might be what is called delete your data, change your data, or completely shut down your data, right? So this is like very common. You can also hear like cross server side request forgery, client side request forgery. There's a lot of terms in cybersecurity, and there's a call like OAuth top 10. They are all, I think every other couple of years, 3 or 4 years, they published actually top 10 vulnerabilities in the world, like what's going on. So right now you will see, like if you see in the OAuth top 10, cross-site scripting, SQL injection, one of them. Like, and what kind of attacks can be like, is a common example like ransomware, malware. Ransomware, nothing but they can actually, what is called, I think we discussed in last slide, like encrypted your data. So encrypted your data and then ask the money in order to decrypt the data. Either you can't access anymore. Malware is something like, let's say there's a fake PDF attached in your email, and once you actually click, it can install, let's say, keylogger software in your application, in your system. So if it is happened in your system, that means actually whatever you are typing in your keyboard, it will be record everything and sent to the attacker, right? So another like what is called identity-based attack. Identity-based attack like target there's a like common things called like credential stuffings, multi-factor authentication attack. So credential stuffings, nothing but they're trying to actually what is called let's say there is a like lot of known password in the world you can find in website, or what's like this already hacked. There's a like big database like what's password already actually compromised. So attacker actually trying to use this data, this like compromised password in order to, let's say, trying to log in your system. Or let's say if you are enable multi-factor authentication, attacker might be continuous sending notification to approve this what is called notification in order to successful multi-factor authentication. So this is nothing but maybe you'll get continued notification, but this is not from you, someone actually sending, and you might by mistakenly approved, right? So it can be attack can be happened in the network side. There's like two common things you can hear, like DDoS, like distributed denial of service, and man in the middleman attack. So attacker actually interrupt your network, and they can, how they can do that actually, like let's say their Amazon website, for example, right? And if attacker actually sending a, let's say, million of requests within a minute in Amazon, that's within a second, right? So Amazon's website will be down if it is happened. So how actually application actually handle this one? So if you can try to, let's say, like for testing purpose, let's say you have your own website, like the way actually website build or any system build, there's actually a request per minute ratio. Like there should be a load balancer. How many requests actually this application can be handled, and how actually it will be filter out the how many requests can be passed or served. So if it is, for example, like in cybersecurity, so what we do actually as what is called cybersecurity engineer in this case, so there's a rules actually we need to actually provide. Hey, if it is actually what is request actually continue coming from a, let's say, uh, same IP address, we should be stop this IP address and block this, because it should not be continue sending same request, like within a minute should not be sent like thousands of requests, right? So it looks like something actually malicious. So this how actually we can actually prevent like DDoS attack. So again, this is actually all these things actually comes in cybersecurity, like to how you can actually like cybersecurity, not only like you just need to prevent your data. Like, so this is the one of the biggest thing, you need to prevent your data, you need to prevent your system and asset, but you need to make sure actually someone should not be interrupting your business, or should not be like, what is called making thousands of requests, and business went down for, let's say, 5 or 6 hour whole hour. So this is also like rule to identify the it's called like malicious activities. So in this case, they are maybe not trying to steal anything, but they are interrupting your business. They're trying to down your business, right? So in next slide, we'll be discuss actually like what is called vulnerability. Where are the weakness? Like what can, like in, like as you discussed, like, there is a lot of technique how we can actually exploit the attacker, exploit and try to attack, but they are not actually blindly attack anything, right? As I said earlier, sometimes they can spend actually millions of dollars to research in order to identify your weakness, like your system weakness or organization weakness, right? So once they identify the weakness, then actually they are trying to attack. So initial goal, they try to identify the weaknesses of your system. So for example, like let's say if someone actually trying to steal something from your home, so they need to identify like how they can enter your room, right? Enter your house, like where is the loopholes? So because they cannot like blindly trying to enter your room, either they might have trouble, like, so they initially like attacker trying to identify the weakness. So so where they can find the weaknesses, for example, like if you consider a non-technical example for your home, uh, so whoever actually trying to steal, they might be looking to, is there any broken locks, or is this door is open, or is this any broken window, for example, right? So same thing for like software, like is this like software any vulnerability, is this any misconfiguration, is this like any human factors or supply chain attack? So for example, like software vulnerability here, so this is like let's say there is a software, like if you guys hear like 0-day vulnerability, nothing but there is an unknown vulnerability, nobody knows like there is a vulnerability, but attacker actually exploit it, means attacker already success. It's called like 0-day vulnerability. And the exploited vulnerability you can find is called like CVE list in the web, what is called in the online, like that got already exploited. So something, let's say, exploited in the sense, for example, let's say if I take an example for a home door, let's say people sometime what is called forget to lock their door, and this is like, let's say, common mistake for everybody as a human, right? And so attacker, what as a, like attacker, what they are trying to do at the first, let's say, oh, is there any what is called door unlock or not, in order to enter the room, right? Because they knows actually this is a common mistake. Same thing, let's say there is a common mistake like in the software is already actually reported in the world. So this is nothing but actually listed as a CBE, and attacker actually can trying to find this weakness. Oh, is this weaknesses exist in this software or not? If this is, they are trying to use actually this method in order to attack or exploit these vulnerabilities. Misconfiguration, another like what's called common issue in basically in the cloud security. I think start here, but we'll be discussing more about cloud security. It can be database security. Sometimes actually developer forget to update, change the password, let's say default password of the database. For example, like a lot of us, what we are doing, like home internet, right? So home internet, admin, username admin, password admin, router, right? By default, right? And this is actually configured. So this is actually, you can use as a safe, but it is like if you don't change your password, like if you keep your default password, someone can actually take this control, right? And get all this traffic information. So similar thing for software database, there is a like default configuration and it should be changed it, right? And it's a common mistake. And it can be human error. Second thing, like weak password or like a lack of like awarenesses. So weak password in the sense like, oh, like there is a common password actually you can find in website. This already actually published, like, oh, this password got hacked. It's called, like, you can found this list is called Google dark list. They published actually every year what kind of common password people are using, and that's already hacked. For example, password 12345, right? So you should be creating actually what is called like complex password, like, and it can be like uh, uppercase, lowercase, special character, etc., and maybe like 12 total, more than 12 characters, so this is like, as a human actually we love actually like easy password, but this is actually big mistake. Supply chain attack. So another attack, like, it's happening actually like weaknesses of the vendor or third party software. So let's say I'm using actually the software like antivirus in my system to prevent my system. But this antivirus has a known vulnerability. So there is a vulnerability in this antivirus, right? So attacker also trying to actually like what is called not directly attack me. They are trying to attack the third party software that has like known vulnerabilities s- in order to steal my data. So let's say I'm using actually antivirus software in my system, and this software actually contains itself that there is a vulnerability. So attacker trying to take this advantage. So next we are trying to research like security tools and technology and how we can actually defend, right? So we discussed how the attack, what kind of techniques they are using. So how actually we defend, right? How we can actually protect ourselves. So one is like identity security. So one of these like common things is recommended you should be used like multi-factor authentication. Let's say your password got hacked, but there's a multi-factor authentication. It will be sent a phone notification until you approve. Even if someone knows your password, they cannot log in because the multi-factor authentication is on, right? So there's a secret code you need to provide as a second authentication. Another is like single sign-on. So let's say once you actually log in, for example, let's say in your network, so securely, so normally, let's say if you're working for a company and there's a like lot of application you can actually easily access without logging as long as you are inside the company network. So this is like called like single sign-on. So but in order to log in your company network, you need actually authentication, right? So that's why actually there's a comes picture also like network security. And zero trust, nothing but you should not be trust anything. For example, we discussed actually earlier like insider thread. Also like zero trust in the sense like every and every action should be validated. Every request should be validated. Um, if I take a non-technical example for zero trust, let's say there is a guest actually came my home, right? So they can actually sitting in my living room, let's say, but but I don't want to allow they should visit my the kitchen area or maybe my bedroom. So same thing like in company. So you'll find actually, for example, like common example in my company, like even I enter in my building, if I try to actually go one building to another building, I have to be actually punch in. Like I need to provide my identity in order to move one building to another building, even though it's not like in there is a bridge. So like it's actually checking your identity in every access level. Let's say you enter in your SOC room, like there's a, let's say, server room, or let's say there is actually security room. In order to enter security room or server room, but I'm already in the building, right? But I cannot access in server room or any other, let's say, confidential area without scanning my badge. So if I'm allowed to access, so that means I have actually what is called the permission. I normally, if I don't have permission, even I have a badge to enter in this building, but I cannot enter in the other area if I don't have permission. This is nothing but actually testing, what is called, like not testing, sorry, verifying your identity in every layer. So endpoint security. So there is another common, like what does it mean, endpoint security? Endpoint security in the sense like your laptop, your device, it can be mobile phone, your laptop, or any other things you can consider as a endpoint. So endpoint identification, like what kind of device you are using, which phone you are using. For example, if you want to log in Wi-Fi using your phone, you should be provide your identity in order to log in. So endpoint detection and response. Let's say there's the endpoint. For example, your laptop is got actually there's a malicious software installed in your laptop. So if it is happen, let's say there is actually software they can identify, or is there any malicious software installed in your or old software, older version software in your system. So there's a way you can identify and how we can respond, like how we can take an action, nothing but action. If we found any endpoint, for example, like laptop is a vulnerable already, so we identify, and then how we should be respond, in the sense like how we can actually secure, what do we supposed to be do, what action we supposed to be take actually in order to respond. So this is nothing but actually extended detection and response. Another one, like you can consider that like centralized system. Let's say the endpoint detection and response is like individual, right? Extend detection or response, nothing but it can centralize all these things to get the data, collect the data. We'll discuss actually more about here in IDS and IPS. But let's move on, like network and application security, like protect your communication, API web. I think we covered actually a little bit. One of this common example, like multi-factor, how it is called, web application firewall. If you guys hear maybe like defense in depth, nothing but multi-layered security. Means like if one security is broke, another security is still should be active. For example, let's say you have a house, and you have a, let's say, security boundary in your house. So you have a, like, let's say, one lock in your door, another lock in the boundary. So let's say in the outside of in your area home, there's a boundary. In order to, let's say, someone actually broke the lock in the boundary, then there's a, like another layer of access. Let's say you have a like monitoring system in your home, and you have a like log system in your room. So in order to someone actually enter in your room, like they need to actually break multiple like layer of security. So this is like one of the layer, like first layer, jumping web application firewall. So it's actually help before hitting any application, it will be filter out web firewall. You'll be see sometimes like, oh, some application we are not able to access, so just for example. So IDS and IPS, like intrusion detection system and intrusion prevention system, like it's mean the detection, how we can actually identify, like, is this any threat actor, and how we can actually prevent, so there is a, like in the line, what is called number 5 is ERA. For example, there is a, like you can create your rules. Actually, you can create some actual monitoring system, and you can create a rule in your for monitoring system, how you can actually detect any uh, like threat actor. For example, always, as we discussed actually earlier, there's this single user maybe continue sending same request, kind of like DDoS attack. So you can actually think, oh, is something malicious going on? And if the sending continuous, let's say within a minute, if any user, for example, sending 100 requests, we should be blocked to think about, oh, this may be malicious actor. So nothing but actually detection. How can I identify it's like malicious activities, and how can prevent actually? So prevent in the sense, if someone actually sending continue request to my server or machine, I'm going to be blocked, or my system should be blocked automatically. That's how actually we are preventing, right? But there's another layer of security, like is what is called SAST and DUST. So SAST are nothing but application security testing and static application security testing, and another is called like dynamic application. Static application, nothing but your code level, the code actually not in live. So before live, you can test your code in order to make sure code actually secure to deploy or not. If your code actually contains a vulnerability, it can be exploited, what is called exploited by the attacker. Dynamic application security, nothing but the application actually running in the internet, and you are trying to test actually this application in order to identify any security loopholes. So two things. One is like static in the sense like before live, it is still in your what is called control. It's not exposed for everybody. It's only like, let's say it's in your local or in your Bitbucket. Dynamic application is already running application people are using. And there's a cloud security. So cloud security, I think Sridhar will be discussed actually in next presentation. So I'm not going to cover. And then another one like threat intelligence and monitoring, how you can actually monitor. If something actually happened, there's it's called like SIAM. I think it's called security, for actually SIAM meaning. Security information event management. So it's like collecting a data, all this data in order to what is like, it can be like performance data. It can be, for example, let's say your anything related with attack, like it can be like collecting a data and then alerting a system. And how it is can alerting a system, there's a lot of tools. One is like called like ERA. You can write a rule in order to identify the malicious activities. So trend and change in cybersecurity, if you guys can hear right nowadays, like there's the AI driven attack, right? AI driven attack, nothing but AI can generate the phishing email. So like normally people actually guide, oh, you should be once, how can I identify the phishing email? We need to make sure actually phishing email should be, let's say, well organized, not what is called grammatical error. There should be like authentic source, blah, blah, blah. But now AI actually smart enough to write a like perfect email, right? So it's like AI generated attack. AI power malware, for example. Then there is a cloud-based attack. Like nowadays, actually, people, the most of organization, they're moving their what is called on-prem server to cloud infrastructure. So it's in order, because cloud is more actually scalable. So it can be like Azure, Amazon Web Service, Google Cloud Platform, GCP. So there is a like cloud security like become a very important, because people are industry are moving actually on-prem to cloud. And there's a like risk identity attack. I think we discussed actually like identity stuffing, multi-factor authentication, session hijacking, zero trust adoption. We already actually discussed how it's happening. Ransomware 3. So we discussed actually earlier like ransomware 1, like encrypted file. Now they introduce like ransomware 3. Ransomware 2, nothing but steal data and encrypted file. So your one, it was like only they encrypted your file. They are not actually stealing your data or sell your data. Ransomware 2, what it does, it steal your data and encrypt your file. Now ransomware 3, it will be take your backup. It can be what is called threat leak the data, attack supply chain attack, or they can sell your data and also like encrypt your data, like multi-layer attack, you know. So this is my last slide, I think. It's already take too much time. Like what cybersecurity rules and responsibility? There's a common rule like detection engineering, penetration tester, blah, blah. But detection engineering, what they're doing actually, they're building an alerting system in order to identify or detect the malicious activities. So they are creating nothing but rules. And penetration tester, you can consider as a like ethical hacking. They're what is called legally trying to hack their own application in order to identify, is there any weakness. And threat and vulnerability analysts, they're like they're this team actually mainly responsible for scanning to identify the loopholes. They are not attacking. Threat and vulnerability analysts, they're not attacking, but they are trying to identify where is the loopholes. Once they identify loopholes, penetration tester can try to attack like ethical hacking to see like what can happen if they're actually able to successfully attack on these like loopholes. Cybersecurity analysts like monitor system investigating suspicious activities and response incidents. Security engineer, they can build actually they can focus on like build and configure and maintaining the security rules like firewall, SIAM, web application firewall, endpoint detection and response, etc. And identity and access management, the sixth one, like how what user should be accessed and what should not be accessed. They can implement like multi-factor authentication, single sign-on, and then like another permission like all based access, nothing but who can access what. And application security engineer, this is what I'm working on. Like we are mainly want to make sure actually the code actually developer written, this container our system actually using, or the Docker system we are using, to make sure actually this is actually secure. The code actually developed by developer make sure it's secure before deployment, before goes live. So this is actually main responsibility. And cloud engineer, as I said, like industry are moving actually on-prem to cloud. So cloud security actually become a more important in order to protect the data, which can be like Amazon Cloud Service, Azure, or GCP. So this is actually, that's all for me for today. Thank you all. I would like to now pass to Mohammed Shahriar to cover.
Thank you,
Next.
Mr.
Thank you.
Jed. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me share my screen. What about my screen? Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, I won't take that much time. Thank you, Mr. Subhan and Mr. Mushabhai, for sharing this wonderful presentation. As you all already hear, my two other speakers already discussed about the different aspects of the cybersecurity fields, and my goal is to show you what path you can actually choose, because this is a vast industry, and from CyberBay, our goal is to produce more and more engineers. So when we finish any cybersecurity course or this bootcamp, most of the students have some common question, which route I should choose. So I just finished my course, and thanks to CyberBay. And also my goal is to be a cybersecurity engineer. I choose how to maintain the cloud security, and that's what I'm going to talk about. But before that, let me give some quick introduction. My name is Mohammed Hussain Shahriar, and I completed my graduation in computer science from India back to 2004. And then I went back to my country, did work as a network administrator in one of the ISP over there, did my MBA in finance. And in 2008, I came into the United States. And unfortunately, I had to switch my career from networking engineer to software engineer. I joined as a QA, and currently I work in one organization for almost 15 years. So overall, you can say in IT, I have over 18 plus of years of experience. Why I choose to switch again from QA to some other fields? Because last few years, you already noticed that AI actually overpowering all of the industry, all of the sects in the IT. And QA, I would say, is a little bit vulnerable at this point. So I thought that why don't I actually explore more in cybersecurity? And at the same time, my spouse switched her career from QA to cybersecurity, and she did really well. And that's convinced me more to change my career. And luckily in the Cyber B, we got a chance to learn more and more about the cybersecurity. And after finishing the course, I thought that, okay, maybe this route in cloud engineering should be a better way to get entry into this industry. So let's not waste any time. Let me share my presentation slides. Okay. Okay. Why cloud security? Cloud security is more important today than ever before. More than 90%, I repeat, more than 90% of companies now run their applications and data in the cloud. Very few companies actually have the physical location. Most of them, they run on the cloud. So which means, think like an attacker, hackers, which means attacker also focus heavily on cloud environments. There is high salary demand for cloud security engineers and analysts because organizations need people who can secure applications, their data, of course, their confidential data, and infrastructure like in Azure, in AWS, and Google Cloud. One of the most important point already Saiful Moshe shared. The biggest cause of cloud breaches today is not the hackers, it's the misconfiguration done by us. A single wrong setting can expose an entire application, make your application vulnerable. So learning how to configure security properly is one of the most valuable skills in cybersecurity. And I think you also should choose the same sector that I am choosing right now. So let's move on. Today's agenda is simple overview on the cloud security, the key Azure security tools that protect cloud applications, basic Linux hardening techniques, Splunk monitor and real attack detection. And finally, if time permits, we'll all help Mr. Tanvir to do some Q&A session. So let's get started with the next slide. Cloud security refers to the company policies, technologies, and controls that protect the cloud environment, such as Azure or AWS. From what? From the threats. The purpose is to protect sensitive business and customer data, ensure compliance with regulations, and maintain business continuity. If a cloud application goes down or it is hacked, it can affect millions of users right away. So security must be built in from the beginning, from the very scratch level. Cloud security is not just one tool. It's a combination of secure deployment, encryption, identity management, monitoring, and the response. Let's start with Azure security tools. Azure provides several built-in tools that make secure cloud applications more manageable. It will teach you how to manage it in 3 different ways. Number 1, Azure App Service. What does it do? This is where we deploy our web applications and Azure automatically, I repeat, Azure automatically gives us network isolation, scalability, and login. Next comes, already Moshe discussed, Web Application Firewall, we call it WAF. This protects your apps from common attacks like SQL injection and cross-site scripting. Finally, Azure Keyboard. What is this? This secretly stores passwords, API keys, and certificates. No more hard-coded the passwords. It will store the passwords, API keys, certificates for us. So you never hard-code secrets inside your code. These tools work together. All the things work together to give you a layered by layered protection. We call this defense in depth. Now the flow, how the flow, it's very important to know how the flow it works. You learn so many things in different courses or in this bootcamp, but you have to understand the big picture, how the workflow works. It starts with the WAF, website application firewall, then it reaches to the app service, and then secrets and security fetch from the key vault. Finally, it transfers it to the defender for cloud, which analyzes and alerts on risk. And finally, all logs are forwarded to a tool called Splunk, where we detect unusual activity. The architecture gives us prevention, protection, visibility, and detection. See the layers. Now, secure deployment practices. To deploy cloud apps securely, we follow a few important practices. The first thing, we use the Docker containers. What is that? Docker helps us ensure the same configuration works in deployment, testing, and production. How does it help us? Reducing errors and misconfiguration. I repeat, the misconfiguration. Secondly, we store sensitive information as secure environment variables instead of writing password in code. And the third, we regularly harden our Linux host to reduce the attack surface. What is hardening? It sounds a little bit confusing, right? Let me clear it. When I say we regularly harden our Linux host, I mean we update the system so known vulnerabilities are fixed, number one. Number two, we avoid using root directly. I think all of us, at this little bit knowledge we have, there are two kinds of user in Linux. One is the admin user, we call it root user, and the regular user. So it's better to avoid using the root directly and use normal users with limited privilege. Number three, we configure a firewall so only necessary ports like 22, which is for, I think, for SSH, port 80 for HTTP, port 443 HTTPS are open. We turn off services we don't need. This is very important. And last but not least, we set proper file permissions so only the right users can change application files. All of this together reduces the number of ways an attacker can break in. Think like a hackers. Let's move on. Linux hardening techniques, continue with that. A lot of cloud workloads run on Linux. So securing the Linux environment is very critical. We disable root login so no one can access the system with full privilege. Number two, we enable the UFW firewall to restrict network access. Number three, and we follow principle of least privilege, meaning every user and service gets only the access they absolutely need. Hardening Linux adds a strong first layer of security before attackers even reach to your application. Now, the next thing, very important, encryption techniques. When we run a cloud application traffic, the network traffic between the user and the app must be encrypted. This is very, very important. To do that, we have to use SSL and TLS certificates to encrypt data in transit. We enforce HTTPS only communication. And the last but not least, we enable the HSTS to make sure all future requests stay encrypted. HSTS force encryption, so no one can trick the browser into sending unencrypted type. So let's continue. What is this HSTS? I'm sure most of the people first time heard this kind of things. Why HSTS is important? Without HSTS, if a user types, I'm sure most of the user is not like tech savvy like us. They don't know what is www, what is HTTP, what is HTTPS. So that's why we have to make sure the security configuration is very, very important. We have to apply this HTS. Without HSTS, what will happen if a user types HTTP, mywebsite.com, blah, blah, blah. The browser first connects using the HTTP. We know that HTTP is not safe. Then gets redirected to do HTTPS. But between this, what will happen? During this first connection, the attackers, they secretly hidden. Oh, I got the weak point. They will use the man in the middle attack, already explained by Murshid Bhai, then SSL stripping and downgrade the attacks. But if you configure the HSTS, what will happen? Even though the user type HTTP, automatically it navigate user to the HTTPS. This is a very, very good layer of protection. Now let's move on to the Azure Key Vault. One of the biggest risks in cloud security is developers accidentally, I repeat, they don't do it intentionally, accidentally storing password and keys in their source code. Azure Key Vaults solve this problem. It provides a centralized, secure store for secret certificates, tokens, and keys. It also supports automatic rotation and a strong access control. Instead of writing secrets inside your application, your app retrieves them securely from Key Vault. Now, Splunk monitoring. Monitoring is essential for detecting attacks. Splunk collects logs from Azure, Linux, application firewalls, and everything in between. It then collects those logs and to identify suspicious activity. With Splunk, you can detect failed login attempts, SQL injection attempts, brute force attacks, unauthorized access, so many things. Monitoring is what turns cloud security from guessing into visibility. attack simulation findings. In our simulated environment, we perform a few attacks. First, a SQL inject attempt. Azure WAF immediately blocked it. Secondly, repeated unauthorized login attempts. Splunk detected this pattern and flagged it as suspicious. This demonstrates the power of combining prevention tools like web application firewall with detection tools like Splunk. Though Splunk is very expensive tool, but if you're able to combine this web application firewall with Splunk, your website is secure. As you can see in the picture, how actually it protects your organization. The next thing is, look, if you can see, I don't know whether you can see it in this. It is the Splunk tool. Just a quick overview. If you can successfully able to run the logs, see how efficiently it finds the malicious attacks number, and it also, if you see on the left hand side, it also distribute in the ways it can diagnose. Okay, how many attacks come from this way, how many attacks come from that tool, how many attacks come from this user, in which point, in at what time, in details. Very, very important tools. Okay, now career connection. These skills, Azure, Linux, Docker, web application firewall, keyboard, and Splunk, are extremely valuable in the cybersecurity job market. Most cloud security roles requires at least one cloud provider. Remember, most cloud security roles requires at least one cloud provider, basic Linux knowledge, and experience with a CM tool. The market for entry and mid-level cloud security roles is growing rapidly. If you look at the dice.com or monster.com, the job sites, you'll see that. Hands-on skills makes you stand out from other candidates. So during the boot camp, since you already decide your mind that you want to be engineer, make sure you get some hands-on skills. This will really create a difference compared to the other participants. Last but not least, the key takeaways from our webinar. Cloud security is essential in every industry. Practical skills matter more than theory. Hands-on labs and demos are excellent portfolio projects. Azure Linux CM gives you a strong advantage in interviews. Mastering these basics sets the foundation for a successful cybersecurity career. That's all from my end. Thank you. I am now passing my call to Mr. Tanvir.
Thank you very much, Shahriar. Thank you, Saiful Murshid bhai, and thank you, Shahriar Soban bhai. So I just finish. So this is our basically our boot camp, hands-on lab. Everything is our 23 module. So every module have fully hands-on lab, and this is the first 1 and 2 only theory. This is the security 101 and GRC, and then module 3 to module 23 whole is a lab, and this is the web lab, Linux and Windows. Linux and Windows, we make a Azure lab, and also we make a Linux lab. Full bootcamp is a lab, and we just show our syllabus very quickly, then question and answer. We go there. And this is basically this is our canvas, a CyberB portal, education portal. We any engineer, they can try and study easily everything in our site. So basically, this is our syllabus. This is a huge syllabus, and we make a syllabus 4 years syllabus, but this is the 8 months boot camp, and everything we can cover. First is cybersecurity 101, and then second module is governance, risks, and compliance. And third module is terminal and bash, Linux, start the Linux module, and Linux system admin fundamental, archive and logging, bash scripting and programming. Then module 6 is Linux is finished. The maximum is need for cybersecurity life. So we can cover all Linux. And then Windows and hardening in cybersecurity life, anything need for Windows and hardening, we can cover this. Then networking fundamental and then networking fundamental 2, we cover everything in networking. And then with module 10, cryptography. we cover cryptography with everything in hands-on lab, not only just theoretical. And network security with details in network security, and then web development. This is not a website development. Web development is a technique, and what is the security reason in web development. And cloud security, we basically working in Azure, whole security, Azure 900, Azure 9700 published. And then we project one project, and then web vulnerability, and then penetration testing. We test penetration tester as a Linux and Windows. And then we SIAM, we completed the Splunk, very powerful SIAM tools. And also we completed this maybe more than 30 tools in this bootcamp. And we finished the digital forensic, and then career preparation with Security Plus, certification preparation, and also career preparation. So this is our syllabus. Basically, now question and answer. If you have any question, your floor now. Anyone have question? Just hands on, and then I okay. This is just hands using this mouse is a raise hand, and then I invited for this question.
I think they got confused. There's a button, guys, like under React. You can raise your hand if you have any question. In Zoom, I mean. Or I think you can guys can ask maybe if you can find it, this option. So anyone can start if you have.
Just raise the hand and click in here, or any question, anyone?
Maybe they are having hard time to find the React icon. Just ask your question, please. If anyone have any question.
Either you can type in the chat maybe.
Okay, I'll go if nobody asks a question. So just to understand, if one person does not have any understanding on technical things that's needed, and one person has moderate understanding, how does this course in 8 months make sure both are at the same point after 8 months? Like, is it gonna be a little bit easier for a person who has a little bit understanding, or is it the person who does not have any technical background has to work more? Another adjacent question to that, on an average a week after the class, what is expected time require on an average you expect a student should spend on this curriculum at home?
Okay, thank you very much, Syed Rahman Bhai. So this is our bootcamp is not an ordinary bootcamp. This is not a school. I said when you start this our webinar, I said we are not a school. We are not a coaching. We are company CyberB. We are trying to build up engineer 0 to 50%, 60%, 70%. And anyone cybersecurity is just if you have no knowledge, zero knowledge, anyone can start this our bootcamp, because we start this from scratch, 0 to upper. And then if you're thinking, okay, I'm not understanding in this class, this is open for all, discuss everything. We have forum, we have all ability. We are not as a like coaching center. If you come with our team, everyone help to you. And now our team have more than 20 people, and all is 2024 November, I was only one people, one man army. Now we have 25-man army. And inshallah, within 2026, middle July, we're planning, we starting the Cyber B MSSP, means Managed Security Service Provider. And we have also now one company, Pogapsi Medical Group, we serve this company. But we are trying to build up engineer just for SOC analyst, and they understanding what is this security, what is this, how do I mitigate. So for this reason, we make a trying to up to level, just 50% or 60% up to level. This is the good. But don't worry if you not think, okay, I'm not good, no problem. I give you one question, one example. Our first batch of one student. This is the many time I said this. Saiful, he can nothing. Alhamdulillah, he is now very good. But I don't know he is attending here no. He is very good now. Shariar first batch and Saiful Moshed first batch. They know him. They just zero. They have no idea about this computer. But now he's very good. And he last week we trying to interview question, and Shariar bhai, he is the first. He explain us everything. As a cybersecurity very good engineer, he explained us everything. And I said, okay, please explain me how do you answer this question. And he is very good answer. As a maybe 10 years experienced people. So our boot camp is not an ordinary boot camp. We make a, when you go our YouTube channel, and then you understand our boot camp is as a you working in a company, because our whole machine, we have lots of machine, we have lots of vulnerability machine, we have lots of software. So we are trying to make engineer, not a coaching center. This is our plan. We are as a maximum in Bangladeshi people in here. Our planning in cybersecurity field, we make a one big warrior team. As a Bangladeshi people or Asian people, we make a good warrior team in this USA and Canada. So they have lots of business now in cybersecurity. They have lots of now opportunity, but people they don't know how to come in cybersecurity field and how to they learning. So also we are learner. We are not teaching. Okay, so if you come with us, then you understand what is this our goal.
Okay, thanks for the explanation. And one more question: the CompTIA Plus certificate, is this kind of with this course? If it is is it makes it easier, or like with this course it is like passing will require another
no
time?
very easy.
Okay.
After finish our boot camp, same thing. Last week we discussed about Security Plus exam. Our first batch, they going to Security Plus exam. The Saiful, he is every question answer Security Plus.
Okay.
So because our boot camp is focused on basic security, everything. So all suppose Shariar bhai, he explained this Azure, he explained this Linux, he explained this Azure security, everything. So this is the Security Plus exam. This type of exam is coming. This is our main practical one project. He explained everything. So if you understanding what is the cloud security, what is the how to work, how to understanding, how to attack is coming, easily you can understand Security Plus exam. Our
Gotcha.
whole course, our whole course is based on Security Plus and CISA Plus, but this is not a theoretical, everything practical.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I'll let other people to ask questions. Thank you.
Asim Alim.
Yes, I want to ask when is next session gonna start, and how much is the fee, and how many hours daily we need it? Is it a synchronous or asynchronous? It's happening on Zoom.
Can you where from you? Just because we missed you.
Right.
Where
So
where your
I'm a
location?
my location is here in Skipsy. I'm a student in Dutchess Community College, and I
Okay.
have done a CIS. Now I'm doing a computer science, and I I already done the A plus certification, so I'm interested in other security certification as well.
Okay, fantastic. This is we are basically we have weekly 2 days class, and then every class have 3 to 4 hours and 8 months, and then monthly $500, and then this is the refundable, 100% refundable if you thinking after 3 or 6 class, oh no, this class is bogus, the instructor they're just bogus, just $500 you return 100%. We are not just payment and money. This money we need for server maintenance and server everything. We using lots of tools and software and server. So and we introduce our next batch in Canvas. You have own portal, and then this is the issue. So no, I live in also Pocket C.
Okay, all right.
Yes,
So
I live in Hyde Park.
right, okay. You said 2 days a week and 2 to 4 hours per session, right?
Yeah, 3 to 4 hours, at
Per
least 3
session.
hours.
And it's an AM or evening or what time?
This is the planning. This is the totally planning after we start January or December. Then we are planning when we start this. We
So
talk with all students. Talk with
okay.
these groups.
So we just need like a 3 or 4 hour, or there are any assignments we're supposed to submit after?
Yes, at maybe this is we are starting this evening 7 p.m. and then at least your time weekly you need study 10 hours, otherwise you can understand cybersecurity.
Okay. So it will be on Zoom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any question? Okay, thank you very much. So and every month we have a same thing in webinar. We're trying to new topics, and new topics we coming, and then this is planning. Our team will be built, and if you thinking you connect with our team, you can try our team. This is all our team: Major Sharia Soban, Muhammad Sharia, Saiful Moshed. These are all our team. We can and this is a very trying to, we are very good catch up, and then we are trying to MSSP, start the MSSP on MSSP, and only USA and Canada people invited, no other. Only who stay in USA and Canada. No other people joining our team, because this is the security reason. We work only USA and Canada company. And then within inshallah next 2026 July start the MSSP. When I talked last week one MSSP provider, so they said, how many engineer you have? I said only we are built up in engineer. So he said, at least when you are starting the MSSP, 100 engineer you need. And so why 100 engineer? How is it possible? 100 engineer I hire. Like, without 100 engineer, you can't start MSSP. And so why? He said, when you offer to any hospital, you going to the MSSP service provider, they need 24-hour service. One seat, one node starting the MSSP, at least 6 engineer need 24 hours, 7 days. So they need 5-6 SOC. So if 5-6 SOC, so one hospital need at least 20 engineer for 24 hours SOC analyst. So for the reason we need make a different domain and build up a engineer, because cybersecurity have lots of domain, more than 1,000 domain available now. So we are trying, not teaching, we are trying both study and learn. So welcome Cyberby. Inshallah, you can next webinar. Coming, welcome. And if you thinking you join with us, just knock us. Yes, Asim Alim.
Yeah, can you help us to hunt a job later, or we will be connected with you?
We are you join with us. We are not a provided job. We job Cyberbee is one company. If you finish your bootcamp, if you finish Security Plus, inshallah you will be joined with us.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so I think this is the time is more 9 o'clock. So inshallah, good night everyone. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye then.
Bye.